Now having kickstarted year number 2 with the Las Vegas High Rollers, MyNBA franchise here on NBA 2K26, we're starting to get a feel of what this year's team looks like. So far, we've been scrappy and competitive, winning 5 of our first 9 games, although since then, we're on a 5-game losing streak, and things are kind of going downhill with a lot of blowouts during this stretch. The Western Conference looks really good this year. The Spurs are 14-0. The Warriors, Rockets, Thunder, all with point differentials above 10. The Clippers and Nuggets both above 9. Very top-heavy atop the West this year, especially the Spurs with the addition of Zion Williamson. Victor Wembanyama, of course, is playing well. Zion's overall numbers have gone down, but his efficiency is still quite high, and clearly he has proven to be a good fit so far in San Antonio. But this conference is going to be ultra competitive throughout the entire season, going into playoff time with the amount of championship level teams it looks like we may have come April, May, and June. In the East, the Knicks clearly look head and shoulders like the best of the group. The Nets is the 5 seed, certainly feels like the biggest surprise right now. Their point differential is negative, so I don't know if it's going to stick, but shout out to Brooklyn, I guess. They have overperformed through the first roughly 20% of the year. As we take a look at the numbers for the team, Benedict Mathurin has been impressive, but he's also missed quite a bit of time. Missed 7 of our first 14 games, but when he's been on the floor, he's been good. Devin Carter, I think, has been solid. Sensabaugh has looked pretty good. Aaron Wiggins has been ultra efficient. It does seem like, though, Mathurin will be our best player and our top scoring option, which is what we anticipated when we signed him. I've been really impressed by his efficiency. He had a lot of other scorers and playmakers around him in Indiana. Now he's been the go-to number 1 scorer, and that's where defenses have put their attention, and he's been really consistent. He only had 1 bad game, going 2 for 10 against the Rockets, so hopefully that can continue. The big story, though, is the play of our rookie, Mark Singleton, and a lot of you guys do not seem to agree with how we have used him so far. As I've mentioned, ever since we drafted him, I know he's a 78 overall in the game, but he doesn't play like it. His consistency and shot IQ ratings are not good. He does not play like a 78. He plays more like a 74. He's got a lot of ways to go. Now, there are some positives to his game. He's been impressive as a passer. He is a good defender. The scoring just hasn't been very efficient yet. He's done it on high volume. He's 9th in terms of all rookies this year in terms of scoring. The 8 guys ahead of him all play more minutes than him. If we do per 36 scoring, a lot of these guys haven't really played. There's Jet Rivers, shout out. In terms of the guys who have actually played, he's like 6th or 7th in terms of rookies in scoring average. 11.4 points in a vacuum looks pretty nice, but he's not shooting efficiently. The 3-point shot's been bad. For someone who's 7'1", he doesn't really grab rebounds either. The issues with his efficiency particularly are around the 3-point line. I think he's been good enough in the paint and in the 10 to 15 foot range of the basket. His efficiency there has been fine. So I think the best course of action is to have him shoot less threes, because that's clearly been the issue for him through the first 14 games he's played. His consistency has just been all over the place, which is what I expected. He just turned 19 years old. He was very up and down during his freshman season at Duke. I was not expecting it to be pretty, per se, this year. We've had him largely playing the 5. Now, it is worth noting he's a power forward, and that's where he's best suited, especially given he's not a great rebounder, but he is a versatile defender. He's got the foot speed to move onto the perimeter if needed. We've had to play him at the 5 because of necessity with guys injured, but he is more of a natural fit at the 4, and that's where I would rather play him consistently if possible. Nonetheless, he's got to just be more consistent, flat out. He's had way too many really bad shooting games. His feel is just not really there. He doesn't know where to be on offense at times. Defensively, he can be a little bit flat-footed in terms of where he needs to go. Had 25 points in one game, but then he can score 1 and shoot 0 for 9 from 3 in another. I think an interesting player comparison would be Jaren Jackson Jr. Certainly a high-end comparison, obviously. Jackson is also a stretch big who's a really good defender inside. He's a good perimeter defender as well. Obviously, he's won a Defensive Player of the Year, and I'm not expecting Singleton to get anywhere close to that on the defensive end of the floor. But Jackson's issues throughout his career has always been his lack of feel. Not a good rebounder, not a good playmaker, gets in foul trouble. And I think maybe we can have Singleton outgrow that, because I do think he is a good passer. D-plus playmaking rating, but he's done a good job in terms of what he's been able to provide as a passer on the ball through the first 14 games of the year. So I am optimistic in that sense that his playmaking rating will be better than the D-plus it's listed at. We've had Jet Rivers play a little bit over the last 4 or 5 games. I've been impressed so far. In his debut, he did not miss a shot, and he did not turn the ball over. In the 3 games after that, he's looked pretty good too. Granted, we haven't won any of those games. But overall, I've liked what I've seen from him, especially considering he's an 18-year-old second-round draft pick playing the first 4 games of his career. So the first game we're going to play today is against a familiar foe. Our team from NBA 2K25, the Golden State Warriors, who are one of the best teams in the West so far, 13-3. We'll get to see Boston, who's better than they were last year. Milwaukee, also towards the middle. And then the Sonics and the Rockets. In terms of the rotation, I'm going to have Singleton go back to the bench. I want him playing the 4. He is primarily a power forward. That's the position that we drafted him at. That's where he's most comfortable. Devin Carter sprained knee. That is unfortunate. So that means Drew Holiday, Davion Mitchell, and Jet Rivers, the other 3-point guards, will all see more playing time. Jake Laravia should be coming back, but now Benedict Mathurin is hurt again. This time neck spasms. I'm not going to have him play through the injury. So we are really banged up right now. The lineup has changed significantly since the start of the regular season. I think only one of these players, Jeremy Sohan, actually started on opening night, which shows with injuries and performance and whatnot how much things have changed. So the team went 2-2. We beat Boston by 1, 27 for Ben Math, 13, 6-6 on perfect 3-point shooting for Mark Singleton. We love to see that. Blew out the Sonics despite a big game from their rookie Julian Wright. Sensabaugh of 24, Sohan 22 and 10. Singleton 4 blocks. Another good game for the Rook, who overall played pretty well during this 4-game stretch. He averaged 3 assists, 2 blocks, and only half a turnover per game. And he shot less threes, which is good given his struggles from beyond the arc. So he's looking at this Warriors team. Of course, they're led by Steph Curry. Let's look at the list of players in the NBA this year averaging at least 30. It starts and ends with Steph. At 38 years old, he leads the NBA in scoring for a team who's won 80% of their games. He is a unicorn. Jimmy Butler, of course, playing well too, and we cannot forget about the addition of Jaylen Brown last year at the deadline. He's been fantastic, but he's hurt, and he will not go today. A big loss for Golden State, so it'll be Jordan Walsh who starts in his place at the 3. Let's get this show on the road in San Francisco against our old friends, the 16-5 Golden State Warriors. The Warriors were never this good in the regular season during our series. They always stepped their game up in the playoffs, but we were never like 16-5, number 2 seed good. Hopefully I don't accidentally call us the Warriors. I did that a couple times in season 1, even when we were not playing against Golden State, just because I'm already so used to it, muscle memory and all that. Now that we've gotten through a full season, though, I've gotten pretty accustomed to us being the Rollers. Williams and Williams meet for the tip. It goes to Jalen Williams, and we're underway here in Golden State. Here's Brandon Pajemski with it. He's had a nice year for Golden State, but he's intercepted by Jeremy Sohan. Williams up for Sensabaugh. Fouled on the 3-point shot. Number 1 rule of defense, don't foul the jump shooter. Sensabaugh makes all 3 at the stripe. Curry gets it over to Jimmy Butler. Butler drives in. Butler in for the layup over Sohan to get the scoring started for the Warriors. Sensabaugh with it for Las Vegas. Looking to get the screen. Sensabaugh lets it fly. Left wing 3 is good. He's got the first 6 for the Rollers. 6-4. Pajemski gets it up for Curry. Matched up with Holiday inside for Butler. Gets by Sohan, and Jimmy Butler has the first 6 points of the game. He has looked good so far for Golden State. Holiday with it around the screen. Inside, it's intercepted by Butler, who's been all over the floor tonight. He's got Walsh on the other end with the 2-handed jam. That'll put the Warriors ahead. 10-6, Curry inside for Walsh. That's a mismatch with Holiday. Gets it up for Pods. His 3 from the right wing is good. A 13-6 lead for Golden State. They're on like an 11-0 run right now. Our offense is cold. Pick and roll for Jalen Williams. And that'll end the drought. Good assist by Bryce Sensabaugh. 15-10. Wiggins on the drive. He's doubled. Swings it out. Pass is tipped. And it ends up with Malik Beasley. Here comes Golden State. Layup is good on the other end. for Steph Curry, who's been quiet so far, hasn't shot the ball much. That one's intercepted. Beasley again. He's got Walsh in transition with the slam. Las Vegas has been sloppy with the basketball. We've got to avoid the turnovers. Sensabaugh gets it up for Jeremy Sohan for three. We've just got to get more shots off. We're not getting enough away because we keep losing the ball. Mitchell, floater no good. Williams the rebound. Swings it for Sohan over to Wiggins. Playing some hot potato around the screen. Aaron Wiggins for three, and the lead is within three. Good rebound. We were down by, 9 points earlier. Hit a couple of long balls. The Warriors get one right back, though. Malik Threesley connects for Golden State. Another interception. Jimmy Butler, he's got Curry in the corner. 1-2. Jordan Walsh, it's good. Nice pass there by Steph. He could have gone for the layup, but we had two defenders in the area, so he passes it out for the open teammate. 6-point game. Mitchell, bounce pass. Somehow ends up with Oso Ighodaro, who's able to make the layup. 24-20 now. 2 to go in the first. Butler and LaRavia on an island. Jimmy's 37. We should be able to hang. Problem is, Steph Curry's 38, but he doesn't play like it. Connecting on the three, and it's a 7-point game. Davion Mitchell's got it. Not for long. Off night. Well, it's certainly been an off night for our offense. Really living up to Davion's nickname. Following the turnover, Malik Beasley in for the slam. We've got to do a better job defending the rim. That's been an issue for us since the first episode of the series, frankly. Handoff for the rookie, Mark Singleton, who's in for the slam. 7-point game. Singleton makes his first shot of the night. Robert Williams guarded by Singleton, who is still going to get some reps at the 5. Out to Curry, who drills the 3. I'm curious about the matchups with guys like Drew Holiday and Davion Mitchell on Curry, because those guys are good defenders, but it's Steph Curry. Following the missed contested dunk. Curry again! 13-point lead for the Warriors. I think it's fair to say the chef has caught fire in the kitchen after a quiet opening couple minutes. And things are just going to go from bad to worse. An offensive foul off the ball on Ighodaro. In transition now is the Warriors. They lose it. It's Mitchell who's got it. Over to Agbaji. Agbaji inside. Singleton makes the layup over David Roddy. And the lead is within 11. The Rollers will get the final shot. It's Agbaji. Gets it up for Jet Rivers, the rookie, with just seconds left. Rivers. LaRavia. Bang! Jake LaRavia beats the buzzer. All things considered, it's almost like a miracle we're down by 8. We were trailing by as many as close to 15 just a couple of minutes ago. But we played well over those last couple of minutes to put ourselves back in it. Got to figure out a way to stop Wardell in his 18th NBA season, playing maybe the best basketball of his career somehow. He's got 13 points, 4 assists, 3 for 4 from deep. Singleton connects on a triple. A quick start for the rookie. 3 for 3 from the field. This might be one of those impressive Mark Singleton games. Up top, pick and pop. Warriors get the 3. Right back, it's Trey Lyles with the tray. 40-30. Here is LaRavia, guarded by Roddy. LaRavia looks to back down on him, hoping someone gets open. Instead, he goes up himself, and it's no good. Here comes Golden State. Roddy's got it for the Warriors, the 5th-year pro from Colorado State. He's got the rookie Mack over to Collins. Zach Collins with it. Dribble handoff from Malik Beasley. Good ball movement by the Warriors. Beasley, Collins, Beasley. He's got 5 on the shot clock. Gonna have to drive in, and he's blocked! The rookie Mark Singleton with the denial. Here is Rivers. No good. Way to take advantage there in transition. Mack has it for Golden State inside. Roddy, layup. No good. Both offenses in a little bit of a rut. Singleton now has it. Can he do it himself in the corner? Agbaji. Clank. Rebound by Ighodaro. Up for the layup. Finally, someone scores. That was a good minute where both teams looked completely useless on offense. Unable to score that time is the other big man, Jalen Williams. In an 8-point game, here's Curry in the corner for Brandon Podziemski, who hits the triple, and it's an 11-point lead now for the Warriors. Here is Sensabaugh with it. Pass is tipped up, ends up with Curry. Another turnover for Vegas, their 8th of the first half. Curry on the other end makes the jumper, and it's right back up to a 12-point Warrior lead, 47-35. Here is Curry with it, guarded by Holiday with just enough room. Connects on the 3. Even if you give him a step, he'll make you pay for it. Holiday up for a Baji. 3 off the back iron. Good release, good play, just didn't fall. Curry with it. 4.5 to go in the second. Pull up. Heat check does not go through. Williams the rebound. Warriors now moving fast. A Baji pull up tray does fall that time. 52-38. Pajemski around the screen. Robert Williams, the Time Lord, counted and a foul. And 1. Iguodaro called for the contact. 55-38 now. Here is Butler trying to show off some fancy dribble moves on Sohan, and to his credit, it worked. He's spamming the right stick as if this is 2K and not a real game. Am I right? 3 is no good for Holiday. Here comes Golden State. Jimmy Butler has it. Butler, layup, but it's an offensive foul. Smart, ethical basketball over here. Aaron Wiggins sets his feet. Layup does not count. Inbound, turnover. Rivers has got it. Rivers inside. Wiggins, and 1! Great defense to force the turnover. Great pass by Rivers to find Wiggins right as he's driving in, and obviously good job by Wiggins to make the play. Singleton, bad miss inside. I don't know what he was doing there. In transition, Curry gets it to the Time Lord, Robert Williams, who makes the dunk. It is a 17-point game. Rivers gets the screen. Rivers on the drive, Euro layup. Oh, he missed it. That was such a good play, but he couldn't finish it. 11 seconds left in the half. Curry on the drive. Walsh, left wing 3, no good. Williams the rebound. Back out to Pajemski. His 3 is good, and the lead climbs up to 20. 63-43. Rivers at the buzzer. No good. Overall, a pretty rough second quarter there for Vegas. Our team consistently throughout the year has that one quarter, every game, where we forget how to shoot the basketball. And that was the second quarter here. 5 of 20 from the field, 2 for 10 from deep. That is not going to cut it. A 20-point deficit going into the half. Nobody has more than 8 points on our team, that being Bryce Sensabaugh, who's 1 for 6 from the field. Curry with 19, Pods with 15, Butler with 8, all playing well for Golden State, as it is Jimmy Butler who starts the scoring here in the third. 65-45, Curry with it on the wing, matched up with Wiggins. Curry around the screen. Why not pick up right where he left off? 4 for 7 in the first half from beyond the arc. Makes another one there. The lead's up to 25. Here is Sensabaugh up and in with the layup. I think we got to start somewhere if we want to make this game a little bit closer. Got to stack up some nice runs, trailing by 23. And that means we've got to get some stops and not let Curry get wide open off the screen. His 6th 3 of the game. Throughout the course of the year, it feels like Steph has cloned himself, and it's his 2015 MVP version. Butler hits the fadeaway 3. Las Vegas calls time. A 9-0 run to start the third for the Royals. We're now up by 29. Finally, the drought comes to a close. It's Oso Iguodaro with the slam. 74-47 now. Here is Pods with it. Gets it up to Curry. He's hot. Doesn't make it that time, but Robert Williams is there with the putback dunk. Counted in a foul, and 1. Right when Steph misses a 3, it ends up not mattering. Baji up and in with the layup. Good move there by Ochai. His efficiency over the last couple of weeks has been a little up and down. Inside, Sohan tries to rip it away from Jimmy Butler. He cannot. Butler inside. Layup is good. And it is 81-49. That is not pretty. With 5 minutes to go still in the third. Laravia, quick 3 off the catch. He got that one out fast. Elite release as Sohan misses. Iguodaro tries to rough in the rebound. He's doubled, but he's got it. In the corner for Laravia. Misses the wide open triple. We had 2 golden chances there. Butler with it. Layup, no charge. Looked like the defender, that was Rivers, went down. They're not going to give him the call as he goes inside on the pick and roll for Oso Iguodaro. Golden State, though, is up by 31 points right now as Abaji has it. Looks to drive in. Pump fake. Ochai counted and a foul. And 1. Pajemski is the one called for the contact. 85-59. Abaji inside. Jalen Williams. Layup no good. Nice defense by Collins. Here comes Golden State. Malik Beasley with it. Inside. Trey Lyles for the layup. I hope Malik Beasley bet his over on the assist. I hope he also bet the over on missed shots. He's missed a lot in this game. Doesn't miss that one. Drains the right wing 3. as it's 90-61. Here is Singleton, looks to outrun two defenders all the way with the jam. Some power on that one for Singleton. He's got 9. As you can see, our defense has moved into his zone, and over the last few minutes, it seems like it's worked. My main focus being on stopping the basket, and hopefully we'll be able to switch guys out onto the shooters. Nice shot there by Aaron Wiggins. That'll make it 90-66 with a minute and a half left in the third. Curry, another one. Why stop now? The weatherman predicted a forecast of thunder and lightning. Curry passes it out for Lyles at the top of the key. Throws up a 3, won't go. However, the offensive rebound is eventually corralled in. Third time's the charm for Zach Collins. 95-68. Sensabaugh with the cross. Beasley still on him. Around the screen for 3. Good shot by Sensabaugh, has 15. Granted, an inefficient 15. He has a lot of his points from the line. As the Warriors make another 3. Does this ever get old for Steph Curry, doing this 82 games a year for 20 years? Nice finish there by Mark Singleton. He's got 11. David Roddy with it on the right wing. Gets it up for Collins, over to Trey Lyles. Warriors possibly holding late for the shot clock. Curry's got Roddy open in the corner. He'll go for the 3 early and is off the mark. Williams with the rebound. Singleton with it on the drive. Singleton on the left side. Layup is good. He had Sensabaugh open in the corner, but he was confident he was going to make the shot inside and, well, was clearly right. 95-75 at the end of the third. We did not make up any ground in that third quarter. Going into the half, we were trailing by 20, and we leave the third quarter trailing by 20. Both offenses played well there. We doubled our point total from the second quarter. The problem is we didn't cut into the lead at all. 97-75 into the fourth. Here is Wiggins. 3 no good. Singleton the rebound. Singleton the putback and the and one. As I've mentioned with Mark, I want to see him improve on the glass. That was a really nice play. One of his best. 97-80. Here's Lyles with it. Lyles on the right side. Layup is good. 19-point game. Here comes Curry with it for Golden State. Curry guarded by Davion Mitchell, finds David Roddy on the line, misses the long 2. Collins is quadruple teamed, so Curry by default is wide open. I get pressuring the ball handler, but maybe we shouldn't leave everyone open on the perimeter, including the greatest shooter ever. 102-80. Sensabaugh gets one right back. He's up to 18, leading the High Rollers. Curry wants another, gets another. 22-point game. Have yourself a night. Wardell, Steph, and Curry. 105-83 with around 6 to go. Comeback is looking less and less likely. Long 3 for Brendan Pajemski, adding to the deficit. Here's a Baji on the drive, blocked at the rim by Jimmy Butler. Here comes the Warriors, under 5 to go. Butler with the slam. I think we've kind of seen all we've needed to see. It's a 25-point game with under 5 minutes to go. And the final deficit looks like it'll stay at 25, bearing a buzzer beater. Williams in the corner. Wiggins did not get it off in time, and that'll do it. 120-95. Good win here by the Warriors. They built a lead very early into the game, and they held on to it the rest of the way. We were able to tread water in the second half of the game, but it didn't matter because we were outscored 28-16 in the second, 35-27 in the first, down by 20 at half. 18 for Sensabaugh, 18, 6 and 2 for Singleton on good shooting. He was certainly a bright spot for us. 34, 8 and 8 for Curry, 9 for 17 from deep. He is something else. Nearly ended up getting the 11th triple-double of his career. Would have been the first in 4 years. Pajemski at 21, only missed 1 shot from the field. Butler of 21. Beasley, 2 for 14 from 3. Like a true gambler, doesn't stop shooting until he hits big. Hasn't happened yet for Malik Beasley. Maybe it will in the next game. So we've got a brutal month of December coming up. Dallas is really good. The Spurs, the Knicks, the Thunder, the Rockets. The Grizzlies are no slouch. The Lakers are tough, although Luka Doncic is hurt. The Heat are a good team. I kind of want to play against the Sonics just to see where we stack up with our expansion team partner, I guess. So we've got only 2 games here, all of the road against the Mavericks and the Jazz. Devin Carter is back healthy. That's good news. He'll slide back into the starting point guard spot, giving us the engine of the offense, the commander of the group, if you will. So we end up going 0-2 in those 2 games. We got blasted by Dallas, 39 for Flag. Singleton, 2 for 14, 0 for 6 from deep. Yikes. Against the Jazz, it was the rookies who led the way for Utah. 28 for De La Rosa. As for us, Singleton, 1 for 14. And that's not even because of the threes. He went 0 for 11 from 2. Like, how does that happen? My brother in Christ, you are 7-1. Figure it out. So let's take a look at this Seattle Sonics team who has had a rough year. They are worse than us. 3-20. If you're looking for a bright spot, it's certainly the rookie Julian Wright. He's not the only rookie starting. Trayshawn Kirkland, who's undrafted, finds himself in the starting lineup as well, along with their young star. Syracuse's Julian Wright leads the class in scoring so far. His efficiency's been rough. On one hand, he's got to do better in terms of shot selection, but on the other hand, the guys around him on offense are pretty bad. I mean, this offense is putrid. They are in dead last in the Western Conference. We are currently in 14th. So a couple of teams currently dwelling towards the bottom, potentially looking at another high draft pick on the way this upcoming offseason. Although it is a little early to get there. We'll be talking draft in like 15 minutes. So not quite yet. Jalen Williams matches up with the rookie Kirkland for the tip. It'll go to Williams and the High Rollers. We are underway. The battle of the two new expansion teams who both had a lot of trouble getting things off the ground. Sohan inside, gets it up for Sensabaugh. Sidestep, 3, no good. Rebound by Williams. Back up top, Jeremy Sohan for 3. The first points of the game comes off a second chance offensive rebound. Here is Sensabaugh with it, has the mismatch, and takes full advantage. There's no reason for the center, Kirkland, to be guarding him. 5-2. Here is Devin Carter with it. Carter looking to move the offense quickly in transition. He's got Sensabaugh for 3. A fast-moving opening quarter for the Rollers as it's 8-2. Here is Sasser up for Wright. Good response by the Sonics. Now 12-7, couple minutes later. Handoff for Pele Larson. Larson around the screen. Larson for 3. It's good. Couple of triples for the Sonics, and they take a noticeable dent into the scoreboard. Now it's 12-10. Here's Deuce McBride, guarded by Carter. Looking for a 3 in the zone. He's got it. And with the Rollers in a little bit of a drought, Seattle has taken advantage. Shot no good. Williams skies up for the rebound. He gets it to Devin Carter. Carter on the right side. Pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound, Sensabaugh in for the layup. And that'll wrap up the scoring drought for Las Vegas. They regain the lead. Kirkland over Wiggins, no good. They had the mismatch, but do not score anyway. Williams gets it to Jeremy Sohan, back inside. Williams, turnaround, fadeaway is good. It's a 3-point lead for the Rollers, 16, now 18-13. Very low-scoring first quarter. This game has been ugly. As Ochai Agbaji hits the triple. At least our offense has been somewhat productive throughout the game. Seattle is just really struggling to shoot it. Right with a nice move, though. He had LaRavia in isolation and is able to get to the basket. Right at his size has been an impressive on-ball player so far with Seattle, as Oso Ighodaro is in for the slam off the pick and roll. 23-15, McBride gets it up for Larson. 3 is no good. Kirkland tries to tip it in, he cannot. Clowney, second chance effort, won't go. Here comes LaRavia and the Rollers. LaRavia gets it to Ighodaro, passes tipped up. Ighodaro somehow gets it back. And after all that, we're going to keep the ball. LaRavia for 3, won't go. Ighodaro, the rebound, and the putback. Oso Ighodaro doing all the dirty work there. He was the one who got the errant pass. He's the one who grabs the offensive rebound. It's only right that he finishes the possession with some points. Carter in for the layup, decides to go for it himself. And so it's now a 12-point lead for the Rollers. Seattle was starting to play better, too, but their offense has gone cold. Their defense is starting to struggle. That one is off the mark. Rollers will get the last shot. With 11 seconds, Carter has it in the corner, looking for the screen. Carter, bang! 30-15, all-out domination from the Rollers here late in the first. Wright's going to throw it up at the buzzer. That's the best shot you could come up with. A horrible offensive first quarter, more like offensive to my eyes. Seattle goes 6 of 23 from the field, 13 of 11 from deep, being outscored 30-15 in the final 5 minutes of the quarter. So basically the second half of the first quarter. Seattle made one shot. They scored 2 points. That was it. So this dunk by Pele Larson is a big one because it gets them out of this long rut that has lasted for over 5 minutes. Jones gets it to the top of the key around the screen. Colby Jones inside for Larson. Another slam for the young forward in his 3rd season from the University of Arizona. 2nd with Seattle. Hardy lobs it up. Unsuccessful for Laravia, but Davion Mitchell gets it back. Laravia up for Abaji with 3 on the shot clock. Singleton, turnaround jumper at the buzzer is short. Rebound by Seattle. They have a chance to bring it within 10. An offensive charging foul. Abaji sets his feet. Love to see it. I feel like our team overall, just IQ and feel for the game, just looks so much better than it was last year. Clearly the coaching has worked as Laravia makes the dunk. Here is right with it for Seattle. Guarded by Wiggins inside. Clowney is blocked at the rim by Mark Singleton. However, on the other end, we're intercepted by Julian Wright, the 2 rookies making plays for their respective teams. Marcus Sasser, guarded by Hardy, gets it for Pele Larson. Larson and Sensabaugh matched up. Back up top, passing it around, playing hot potato. Nobody wants to keep the ball, it seems like. But look at Clowney on the pick and roll. He ends up open and makes the dunk. A really patient possession, resulting in 2 points for Seattle. Sohan makes the layup. Sonics now trailing again by 14. The Rollers holding on to this lead since the start of the quarter, even though our offense hasn't played very well. We've only scored 5 points in 4.5 minutes of action in the second, but it hasn't mattered because the defense has played a flawless game so far. Here is Sensabaugh with it, looking for the screen. His 3, good release, won't go. At some point, Seattle's got to start hitting their shots. I mean, it has been a brick fest for the Sonics in this game. They are missing every shot, especially from deep, that they've taken throughout this one. Here's Clowney in the corner. Sasser, clank, another brick. These guys cannot make a shot to save their lives. Sohan gets it up for Singleton. He finds Wiggins. Wiggins looking for the screen. He gets it. Wiggins, pump fake with a dime for Singleton. He fooled out all the defenders. He fooled out me. I assumed he was going to shoot the ball, but he launches a laser inside, leading to the assist. Sohan, no. Williams the rebound. Williams the putback. An 18-point lead, the biggest of the night for Seattle. But Minnesota gets back really quick. Why does this happen once or twice a game where nobody hustles back on defense? That's a problem. 39-23. Carter tries to get it for Williams, but Minnesota forces the turnover. McBride and Sensabaugh. Good pass. It's Tari Eason in for the layup. Their big free agent signing of the offseason. They took a similar approach as us. Signing, of course, Mathurin and Sohan. Wiggins in with the drive. Counted and a foul. And 1. Aaron Wiggins saving basketball as it's 42-25. Kirkland with it in the corner. Sasser throws up a 3. No good. Complete waste of a possession. They had all 24 seconds. They could not come down with a shot. Sensabaugh intercepted by Julian Wright. Wright looks to push the tempo for Seattle in the corner. McBride, clank, another miss. Seattle cannot hit a 3 to save their lives. This is ugly. Iguodaro gets it up for Devin Carter. Under 3 to go in the half. Our offense has played a very pedestrian game. It's just that the defense has played so well. That's why it's a blowout. The offense is on pace for maybe 100 points, but it doesn't matter because they are not making anything. Good play. Nice pass as well. Sensabaugh for Sohan. In for the slam. 46-27 now. Right with it at the top of the key. Around the screen. Deep 3 is good. Finally, the Sonics get a 3 to fall. Julian Wright from beyond the arc. 48-30. Wright has it again. Wright on the drive makes the layup. It is a 16-point game. They can certainly use this young man heating up. Abaji around the screen, throws up a 3. It is off the mark. Here comes Seattle. Wright with it again. Wright over Drew Holiday, one of the best defenders of this generation. Holiday tried to set his feet for the charge, but Wright instead went for the gather, the step, and the finish. Very smart play for a rookie to make. Laravia completely shanks the layup off the fake. Sasser pull-up jumper is no good. Rivers tries to draw the charge. We've got to shoot it quickly with 2. Hardy at the buzzer. Bang! Another buzzer beater for Jaden Hardy. He greened one from half court in the last episode, this time throwing it up in the corner. 53-36 your score at the half. Defensive dominance from Seattle. The Sonics have not been able to shoot the ball whatsoever. 33% from the field, and it's even worse from deep. Their offense has been just an absolute train wreck, and our defense hasn't been particularly good this year, so that says a lot of where this Seattle team is right now. In other words, not good. Right on the drive, good move, layup. It is a 15-point lead now for the Rollers. The last thing we want to do is get embarrassed here in the second half and have them make it a game, so we've got to continue to keep the pedal on the metal as we try to beat our kind of rivals, I guess. Can't give Marcus Sasser all that space. He missed a lot of shots in the first half, but when he is on, he is tough to stop. 12-point game, Kirkland and Wiggins. Good move by Trayshawn Kirkland in for the layup. It's only a 10-point game now. Here come the Rollers. Carter with it. Carter inside, nice move, launches it up, and that one is good. How did that work? I don't know. 55-43, Wiggins inside, Sohan, pump fake, layup is good. Nice play there by Jeremy Sohan. It is a 24-point lead. Here is Sensabaugh now with it, 7 to go in the third, around the screen, moving 2. He was inside the line, still a good shot though. Sensabaugh is as ethical of a hooper as you can find. His shot-making ability, he can really hit some tough shots on the move. So can this kid, Julian Wright, who continues to impress. He hits the 3. The Sonics have already made 2 threes here in the third. They only went 1 for 11 in the second quarter. That's progress. In transition, Abaji takes it himself. In for the layup. Good drive and finish by Ochai Abaji. 61-46, halfway through the third. Seattle's offense is looking better. Still not good, but better. As Wright is in for the layup. He's got 21 points. That's almost half. Here's Kirkland off the pick and roll. That's the play we focused on. So the Sonics are going to look to take a page out of our book, and that time around it works. 64-52. Here is Noah Clowney with it. Their second-round expansion draft pick, who hasn't really carved out a huge role. Misses. McBride the rebound, gets it up for Sasser. Sasser, the screen, long 2, rattles out. Clowney says, fine, I'll just do it myself, goddammit. Third time's the charm. It is a 10-point game now. Off the inbound, LaRavia gets it up for Hardy. Hardy on the drive, makes the layup. He is up to 7 as it's 66-54. Here is Larson, Euro step. Larson, no. Good stop defensively by the Rollers in transition. LaRavia for 3. The best offense is good defense, and some excellent ball movement doesn't hurt either. 71-54, Josh Minot in for the slam. The Sonics, if nothing else, are keeping this game at least mildly close. We still have a very comfortable lead, but they want to make it interesting for the fourth. Singleton drives, layup, no good. Nice defense by the Sonics. Ryan Jackson, the rookie, gets it to Wright with the windmill. Julian Wright, oh my goodness. That one goes over Abaji, and then Wright with the highlight of the game. It's a shame they're down by 15, am I right? Pull-up midi is no good. Rollers are going to have to move fast if they want to get a good shot off. Sensabaugh has it. He's got Singleton. Singleton draws the double. Swings it in the corner. Hardy at the buzzer. It is good! Another buzzer beater for Jaden Hardy. Drills it in the corner. Got to give a ton of credit to Singleton because he was doubled. He's able to pass out of the double, find the open guy quick enough for him to get the shot off. Singleton needed to get through that operation really quickly, and he did. One of the better plays I've seen him make. Into the fourth, Wright, pull-up jumper, no good. Nobody's there to grab the rebound. I mean, what are we doing? How is there nobody in the paint to stop Wright from grabbing his own miss? Wiggins for 3. That was a long triple as well. The Rollers overall shooting the ball well from beyond the arc as Josh Minot makes the dunk. We went 5 of 13 from deep in the first half, 2 for 6 in the third, so not great, but certainly not bad by any stretch either. Wiggins with it on the drive, pick and roll. Oso Ighodaro with the dunk. 81-63 now. Here is Wright. Guarded by Sensabaugh, drives left. Wright, layup is good. He's pretty much the only guy touching the ball at this point. It is his offense. He's taking every shot. He's not passing it too often. as he loses it there following the turnover. Hardy, step back, bang! Jaden Hardy, another triple. 84-67. I'm not going to say it. Iguodaro misses the dunk. Great defense. I guess who? Julian Wright. Wright brings it up himself, passes it in the corner for his fellow rookie Ryan Jackson. Wright has it back. Wright on the drive. Floater, no good. Grabs another offensive rebound. What are we doing? Oso, grab the damn ball. You're under there. Make the play. Mitchell gets it up for Hardy with under 7 to go. Another three and another make. Jaden Hardy, 4 for 4 from the land of beyond. 91-69. Nice. Sasser inside and one. Marcus Sasser makes the play for the Sonics. 4.5 to go. Las Vegas kind of looking for some icing on the cake. Jalen Williams, 3. That's actually not a 3. It's a long 2. But still a good shot. 93-76. Carter has it with 3.5 to go. Carter on the drive. Layup is up and through. 14, 5, and 4. Filling out the stat sheet tonight is Devin Carter. Long pass is intercepted. I didn't know the Sonics had Geno Smith on their team. Carter, layup, no. Sohan, the rebound. Passes it up for Abaji. Sidestep 3 is good. Ochai Abaji, that should be the dagger. 107-82 your final. A really good win here for Las Vegas. We were able to take care of business against Seattle. We held a pretty big lead for much of the game. And the Sonics never really brought it within 10 points since the start of the second half, really, and onwards. The defense was terrific, especially early, but overall, really good game defensively. The offense did enough. Jaden Hardy was super efficient. 6 of 7 from the field and 5 for 5 from deep with 19. We had 6 other guys in the double figures, including 11 and 11 for Williams. Mark Singleton was solid. He had 8 and 7, a steal and a block. Only went 2 for 6, though, from the field. 39 for Jalen Wright, but he did it on 36 shots. He wasn't necessarily efficient, but he scored 39. It's hard to blame him for the loss, but nobody else had more than 12. Sasser went 3 for 16. That's an easy way to lose you a lot of games. So the Rollers defeat Seattle. The Sonics drop to like 3 and 21. Is that bad? I think that's pretty bad. We're now 8 and 14, but we have struggled over the last month, only winning 3 games in that stretch, and 2 of them are against Seattle. So I think we're going to simulate through the rest of December. We are in for a gauntlet. Spurs, Knicks, Thunder, twice. Rockets, Dallas, all contenders. And then the other teams here, Memphis, the Heat, the Lakers, they are all very solid in their own right. Oso Iguodaro broke his hand. He'll be out for 4 to 6 weeks, so that means more responsibility for Jalen Williams and more responsibility for Mark Singleton, who will now flip-flop between the 5 and the 4. Benedict Mather and Jake LaRavia both swap spots on the injury report. Ben Math is back. LaRavia, though, strained his hip. So Ben Math will slide back into the starting lineup where he was previously. 126-109. Good win against the Lakers. Singleton had 20. We beat the Grizzlies. Carter with 18. Singleton 14, 8, 4, and 2 blocks. Jay Will had 13, 9, 3, 4 blocks, 5 turnovers, 1 for 4 from the field, and 10 for 12 at the line. That is one of the stat lines of all time. Beat Miami with a 33-piece for Ben Math. Love to see that. Our defense played really well, too. They scored less than 20 in the fourth. But we also had some bad games. We got killed by the Rockets. Sense of ball, 0 for 6 from deep. KD had 39. Sengun had 32, 13, and 5. And as a team, they shot 54% from deep. So I think that is where we're going to wrap things up. Next time around, the plan is we're probably going to get to the trade deadline. And we're also going to have our first prospect profiles of the year as we introduce the second draft class of the Rollers franchise. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Peace out.